And for all those across the world that may be watching, good morning, good afternoon. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Grab a drink, hold on tight, buckle your seatbelts. It's about to be a little bit of a long ride. Tonight, I plan on doing things a little bit differently than I have done before. I want to talk directly to the audience more. I'm used to having a panel of maybe 3, 4, 5 individuals, but tonight I want to talk specifically to you. I want to talk to the individuals who come and watch. I want to talk to the individuals I don't know. I want to get into the minds of individuals that I could possibly help, because the majority of people who come on my panel I have a relationship with, and we mostly think alike. And some of those who come that I know that don't share my views, I know they don't. And I also know that I'm not going to change them. This show is for change. I don't care if it's one person per episode. If I can just plant one seed in their minds, whether it's male or female, to make change in our community, job well done. So, with that being said, let's get into the topics. Tonight, we'll be talking about in love versus loving someone. I'm hearing on TikTok and all these other platforms, all these different definitions of love, all these different requirements and expectations of love and marriage. I mean, that's what we're missing in the Black community, right? That's what we're not getting collectively together, right? Well, that's exactly what we need to go and roll all the way back, roll the carpet all the way back, and let's find the root of the problem. And I believe the root of the problem is just simply the right definition. Like, we have been allowed to watch Disney cartoons and movies and come up with our own expectations and definitions of words and get on these platforms and just say whatever the fuck we want. And our children are listening while we constantly live in failure. While we constantly live in failure. Why our sons and daughters want to talk about anything that has to do with marriage when we're not doing it ourselves? We have no room to talk about anything that has to do with success when it comes to relationships because we're constantly living in failure. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to peel the onion back as far as we can, and we're going to go all the way back. There's a difference between being in love and versus loving someone. Secondly, we will be talking about emotions should not dictate actions. And what I mean by that is, when I talk about emotions should not dictate actions, the emotions of individuals seem to cause them to make the decisions that are long-term based off of short-term emotions. The emotion is something that you're experiencing right now, but you allow that emotion to make a decision that's going to affect the rest of your life. Lastly, we'll be talking about same actions will equal same results. Same action, same results. If you did what your mama doing, if you did what your daddy was doing, guess what? You're going to have the same outcome. And how many of y'all and your mom and daddy still together today? Huh? How many of y'all got your mom and daddy still together after 30, 40, 50, 60 years? Huh? How's that working out? I wouldn't say it's the majority. And if you are a lady watching this show, whether you're on TikTok, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Facebook, I specifically would love to talk to you tonight. Because you are the ones that this show is basically about. Okay? So, going into topic number 1. Operator, can you please play that first video for the first topic? Thank you.
One thing I wish I knew earlier is that loving someone and being in love with someone are two different things. Being in love, falling in love, that's not really a choice. You're just attracted to them, whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, or all the above. And when you do, it's common to have this idealized version of them. This is often seen early on in the relationship, also known as the honeymoon phase. In contrast, I think loving someone is a choice that you make. It's not based on an idea of them or any emotional highs, rather it's based on reality. After a while, you know them deeply, all the good and bad, and you have the choice whether or not to fully embrace them. On a similar note, being in love, falling in love, means you want that person. That's the priority. In contrast, loving someone means you want what's best for them. We can be in love with someone, but if we don't take that next step and choose to love them fully, then maybe we're missing out.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
See,
You can't make this shit up.
You definitely can't. I talked to some individuals, and today there's a hard separation between the love a woman has for her child and the dedication she has for her child and the love and dedication she has for the person who gave her the child. I don't understand how you can have a title that you volunteered for, such as mother, and a title that you volunteered for, such as wife, and say, well, I'm dedicated to this one for my life, for the rest of my life, and all of my life. But this one, it depends. It depends. Well, I didn't give birth to him. I didn't give birth to him. I gave birth to this, so I have to be a mother. I don't have to be a wife. Regardless of how bad this raggedy piece of shit child treats me, I got to be a mother. He can steal from me. She can take my car, help make me lose my job, make me lose my house. Go find another woman and call her mother. But guess what? I will never leave that child's side. That child ain't cutting grass, ain't pumping gas, ain't taking out trash. But guess what? I'm going to keep my ass right here. But the man who gave that child to me, implanted that child in me, your ass is on a short leash. You got a short fuse. You are in a revolving door. I will leave your ass for anything, anything, anything. Any motherfucking thing. You can't make this shit up. We are a community of individuals who will dedicate to a nothing child, a lazy, raggedy, disrespectful piece of shit, and lose the one thing that is dedicated the rest of their life to us. How? How does that make sense to you? How? You got to be a special kind of stupid to not understand it. You cannot. How can you not see the future that has happened already? You left your mama by her motherfucking self. You ain't called your mama in weeks. But you got a fucking belief that this child is never going to leave you. Gonna leave you by your goddamn self. We got a motherfucking super chat. Let's put that super chat up on the screen. Laugh or learn. Hey, man, I appreciate you. You're always supporting the channel. He said, hit them likes, y'all. Hit them likes. Share, like, subscribe. All right. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate all my TikTok family for coming over. If you are on TikTok right now, I need y'all to come over to YouTube. It's right there if you want to join. Atlanta Cast Network, YouTube. Come on now. It's easy. We ain't got to worry about getting dropped down. So, ladies, if you got a son, if you got a daughter, and you are able to give unconditional love, and you're going to be there no matter what forever, what is so hard about you saying the same thing about that man? Because that child will be disrespectful to you. That child will do things to put your life in jeopardy, motherfucking selling drugs and being a Crip and blood, and got all these individuals running in and out your house, guns and shit, and getting your house, FBI running up in your house. But guess what? You don't go nowhere. You keep your ass right there. That's what you do. With that sorry, fat, lazy motherfucker sitting in the damn room playing video games all day long. You've been at work all day long. You come home, ain't no trash taken out. Ain't no trash taken out. He ain't cut the grass. He ain't did shit for you, but cause you more fucking bills and more bullshit. But then you get a good man who just happened to go to work every day and he's tired and he don't feel like doing nothing else. No, he don't feel like starting another business. No, he don't feel like fucking every day. No, he don't feel like getting up and making you laugh. He don't feel like going to the fucking club. You know why? Because he's focused on his purpose, which is his family. Hadouken! You got a motherfucker driving 3, 4, 5, 600 miles. You think he happy that he can't see his own dick? You think he's happy that he weighs 200 more pounds than when he did when he met you? No, he ain't fucking happy. But we don't do what we do for happiness. It's the difference between being in love with somebody and loving somebody. Loving somebody is sacrifice, just like you do for that fat ass child of yours. Shit! You love that little raggedy, dusty, funky ass foot dog, stinking child. You love it. You're not in love with your child. You love that child. So it don't matter what that raggedy, dumb motherfucker do. You done cussed him out 6 times because he can't figure out 6 times 6. But you ain't gonna leave. You ain't gonna go no fucking where. In fact, when he finally grows up and decides to get a woman, now you're jealous. Now you're mad. Now ain't no woman good enough for this raggedy motherfucker. Now you want to get involved and start shitting his relationship. Because why? That's not your son. That's your husband. That's your fucking husband. I did an analogy today, and I'm going to do the same exercise here tonight. And here's something that I believe is really going on. This is what I think is really going on. This big, thick, pink marker is you, ladies. This is you. This is your ass right here. The thick, pink motherfucker, right? So you take time to take care of you. You have to clean yourself. You have to get manicures, pedicures, hair done, eyelashes, eyebrows, massages, body wraps, gym time, shopping. Takes a lot to take care of you. You ain't no low maintenance girl. This is you. And once you master you, you finally say, you know what? Well, now I'm ready to improve myself. I'm going to go to school. Now, this is the college you pick. This is school. This is you and this is school. Now, you've gotten a little bit more done. You've accomplished a little bit more. You feel a little bit better good about stuff. But then you realize it's getting a little expensive. It's getting a little expensive doing all this shit. So then you go get a job. Okay? You are an independent, strong black woman. Taking care of yourself, getting your education, getting your doctorate, getting your master's, your bachelor's. And you got a job. You hold it down. Ain't nobody can tell you shit. You a boss bitch. You a boss bitch. Ain't nobody can tell you shit. So now guess what? Oh, here he come. Mr. Black and Slim. Mr. Black and Slim. Now you got everything. You got you taking care of your thick self over here. you got your job, you got your school, and you got your man. Damn. Everything's perfect. It's fucking perfect. Oh, here we go. Baby.
Wait, what?
Yep, y'all been fucking. Baby. The fucking baby's here. And you're happy y'all had a reveal party and all that fucking shit. Y'all fucking had the balloons and the cake and everybody came by and gave you shit. But guess what? You realize I'm fucking tired. I ain't got enough time for this shit. I ain't got enough time for this. I got this, turn in this motherfucking goddamn paper. Fuck. I gotta be at work at 8 o'clock in the morning. The goddamn baby diaper stink. My husband wanna fuck every fucking night. Goddamn, nigga, can't you jack off or something? Shit! I told you I'm gonna get the damn class, I'm gonna get the fucking work turned in at midnight. Stop sending me messages and shit. Fuck. I gotta turn this report into work. Fucking stupid baby, shut the fuck. No, I don't want to breastfeed shit. Take this bottle of this poison. Get off my titty. Get off my titty. Why do you want to fuck me every night? Can I have some rest? I am tired. I'm tired. Leave me alone. Baby, shut up. Everybody shut up. I can do it. I can do it. I'm going to hold on. I'm going to stick in there and I'm going to hold on. I'm going to fuck him. I'm going to clean him. I'm going to do this paper and I'm going to turn this report in. I can't take it no more. Husband, I got to finish school. I got to take care of my career. And I got to take care of this baby. I ain't got to take care of you.
Cut that bitch off.
So you dropped the first motherfucker that is self-sufficient.
Message.
And that's your fucking husband.
Message.
That's what you're doing. That's the difference between being in love and loving somebody. If I'm in love with you, I ain't dedicated shit. You just here. You're part of the process. Guess what? I overstepped my grounds. I wrote a check. I can't cash. So guess what? Operator, come pick this motherfucker up. I can't do it no more. I can't do it. So now, okay, look, husband, he's out of here. So guess what? Okay. Big exhale. Big exhale. Big fucking exhale. Now we got more time. I can finish my work. I'm getting fucking straight A's. I got a 4.0. I'm doing good. Guess what? College done. Graduated. Fuck yeah. I got my master, bitches. I got my master's, bitches. I'm a doctor. I got my doctorate. So now she's a super bad bitch. She got her career. She got her child. The child is growing though. Child getting bigger. Child done graduated high school. Child going to college. Now it's just you and good old career. You're about 43, 44. Okay, fuck it. 10 more years, 15 more years later. Oh! Time to go. You're obsolete. Time to retire. We got somebody a little bit more relevant to fill your position. And now it's just you. Now it's you. And you're looking for all that shit that you had before that was getting on your nerves. Your child is gone and they living their life. Your husband done got remarried. Your school is obsolete and everything that you learned ain't even useful anymore. And now you're looking for love again. When if you would have prioritized in the first fucking place, with the individuals who are going to love you forever. Even when your education is old and useless. Even when your body is unattractive. Even when your eyesight is starting to go and your knees is bad and your back is bad and your ass stink. This man said, I do for better or worse till death. But that school and that job and your fucking hobbies were more important. That's the difference between being in love and loving somebody. Because every time this little girl was disrespectful to you, going out night when you told her not to, stealing your car, stealing money out your purse, having problems in school, you stood by her motherfucking side. And then what did she do? She left your house and became you all over again. Because she watched you do it. Mama had a job at the same time. Mama went to school at the same time. Mama had a baby at the same time. Mama had a husband at the same time. But she didn't tell you how fucking tired she was. She didn't tell you the reason why she got all that fucking weight and had to go get her whole stomach and back sucked the fuck out and pumped back into her ass. Tell you why she fucking stopped fucking her husband, because she became so motherfucking disgusted with herself. She didn't even want to take her own clothes off in front of him no more. She didn't want to tell you that. She didn't want to tell you she was dealing with depression because she didn't have time to make herself look as good as she used to, because she was too busy cleaning your nasty ass and trying to fuck him and trying to take care of the house and trying to do her schoolwork and finish the report for a fucking piece of shit boss who's always trying to fuck. She didn't tell you all that shit. She left all that shit out for you to find out the hard way. She wants you to go through it too. That's what she wants. She ain't gonna tell you all the fucked up shit that happened. She gonna want you to think she did a good job. I mean, you graduated, didn't you? You had food in your mouth. You had clothes on your back, didn't you? I drove you around a nice car, even though you never saw me, even though I was never home. And when I was home, I was so fucking tired. You caught me sleep on the couch with one titty hanging out when company came over. You got to come over and cover up my areola because I'm so tired I can't even notice that my whole titty is hanging the fuck out over my shoulder on the couch. Let's get uncomfortable and tell the fucking truth. You don't know how to love. You only know how to be dedicated to one thing, and that's a child, and you're giving that the fucking minimum. iPads and iPhones, video games, screen time. You ain't spending no time with that fucking child. You don't even cook. That's why this fever blister motherfucker can't even make a fist. He trying to write his name in class and the pencil fall out of his hand because he can't close his hand because he's so fat. What is love? What is love? What is love to you? Is it just accomplishing shit, or is it actually doing something worthwhile to another human, for another human, for the betterment of that human? I wish you loved people as much as you love the dollar. Because you love that. I need all of y'all on TikTok to come over to YouTube, because I'm about to start letting people up in the box. But I think I only want to talk to the ladies tonight. For every lady, I'll bring up a guy. But I need to talk to women on this subject specifically. We'll get to the next two later. But I know that you have a different experience than what I'm actually stating. I know that your experience personally is something different, but we're talking about the majority, not you in your specific situation and circumstance.
Hadouken!
I don't want to hear, oh, well, he was abusive. That's every fucking body saying that shit. Guess what? I guarantee you, your mouth got more lefts, rights, uppercuts, and fucking hooks than any fist you've ever met. I show here a whole bunch of physical abuse going on. I ain't seen no black eye on a woman yet. Hell, the woman we just saw fooled y'all with the same bullshit by injecting shit in her face. Shit! Y'all believe any fucking thing. You think this whole world is goddamn the color purple. That's why she was able to fool y'all. That's why the woman from Alabama was able to fool y'all. Because you willing and ready to believe the bullshit. You willing and ready to hop on the bullshit train. She got $45,000 out y'all stupid ass. Atlanta Cast Network. I need you to move from TikTok. Come to Atlanta Cast Network. Support the channel. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. You can't make this shit up.
You can't make this shit up.
So,
you can't make this shit up.
Why are you so aggressive? Why are you so aggressive? What the fuck you want me to do? You want me to talk soft until you want me to get Keith Sweat on your ass? You want me to talk like a preacher to you? Is that going to make it better? Is that going to make you make better decisions about the people who have decided to love you? Huh? Hey, operator, if you could, can you put the request in the chat? Barbara, you don't worry about it. We're going to put the request in the chat for y'all to come up and you can ask me yourself, why am I so angry? Because I would love to tell you why you're so angry. See, you don't have to have 1,000 followers to get on the box over here. You understand? You don't need to have 1,000 followers to get in the box. There it is. It's at the bottom right there. It's on the screen. Tap the link. Talk to the operator in the back. He'll bring you up front. You don't need 1,000 followers to talk over here. We ain't gonna get this shit shut down because somebody don't want us to say what we need to say. It's too uncomfortable. He telling the truth. He hurt my feelings. Shut the fuck up with your punk ass. About to give a fuck about your feelings. Might give a shit. I'm talking about the black community right now being better. And I'm willing to fight over it. And fight hard. Y'all still want to walk around talking about trauma, 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 trauma. We got women who had more trauma, more difficulty, more motherfucking goddamn threats. They had white people walking around with chains ready to hang them at any given time, Jim Crow laws, less education, less opportunities, but had a better opportunity of having a family than you.
Amen to that shit.
Kids had better results than yours. You didn't have time to be a fever fat blister, walk around looking like chewed bubble gum. Back then, you needed to be able to run, goddammit. You needed to be able to run. All y'all worry about is me, my happiness, my happiness, my happiness. While your child in there about to go make something to turn the whole school into confetti. You in there watching your Showtime, your Atlanta Housewives, and whatever toxic other bullshit you can let in you through your eyes, through your nose, through your ears, in your mouth. And then you wonder why your life is toxic. Then you wonder why your fucking relationships is toxic. The link is in the chat if you want to come up in the box. Ladies only right now. Ladies only. But if I was a lady, I wouldn't come up and talk to me either. How you doing, man? Welcome back. It's always somebody that I know. It's always somebody I know. See, you feel safe. That's why you come up here.
That's right.
Feel safe. I want one of you motherfuckers to come up here that's always talking that shit on the goddamn everywhere else. Come on up here and speak your goddamn truth. But you know what? Why are you up here, ma'am? Good evening, and how you doing?
I'm good.
All right. Family good?
Everything is good.
Good, good. Okay, so tell me what you think about what I'm talking about tonight.
Um, and I don't want nobody to get offended because
Hey,
it's
what's the name of
always
this
the
show?
feelings.
It's called The Uncomfortable Truth.
Amen.
We want them to get offended. We want
Period.
them to be crying. We want them to be
Period.
sitting up there eating ho-hos and Cocoa Puffs and ice cream. He's telling the truth. Fuck 'em.
I know.
She must have got a phone call. Come on,
There
LaCourtney.
you go.
Get your ass up in the box. I'm going to start calling these women out that's in the chat hanging out. Jackie, Lauren. Go ahead. Tell me what you think.
So I think that in one part it is 2 and 1 with the African American part. I see in this generation that is coming because I see that they're like, oh no, he's not gonna tell me what. I see a lot of men. Okay, I'm gonna take in one part because yes, it's true. Whatever it is, if it's not you, it's not you. I know it's not me, so I'm not even worried about it. But a lot of times you see, because I hear it. I got employees and I hear it. You see, this man is doing everything for you, but because you're lazy kid, when to play games, don't do nothing, and then you want your man to do extra, but then you're not having your kid do nothing.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this
And
shit
it
up.
is true. It is true. Because I have seen, I'm like, really? I said, if you will be part of my family, my mom will beat you up. My cousin will beat you up. Because how is that? You the kid is over there playing, and then you got this man comes tired from work, and the first thing you're gonna say, oh no, but why you don't serve yourself? I'm over here talking to my kid. He's working. He's the one paying the bills. But like I say again, it's not all the relationships. Every relationship is different. I'm saying based on what I see. What I see a lot. I see a lot. You see on TV, you see it in real life, and it's a true. If it's not you, and then don't feel offensive. If it's you, you know it's true. Like how many times your man comes tired from work, and because maybe that's not the father of your child, I'm gonna spend time more with my kid. No, he's working. Okay, hey baby, let me dedicate this time, and then go back to your kid. Have his food ready. Hey baby, you okay? What else you need? Because he's being your provider. But what happens if we compare now what's happened? Oh no, I do this, I do that. You don't do nothing, don't tell me. So it's always a fight in couples it shouldn't be. Because if you really see, like you say, you're gonna stay alone. And it's not that he's right. Yes.
Let me ask you a question. Why do you believe that mothers have an easy ability to dedicate themselves to a child no matter what that child does? But then on the other hand, look at their husband and got the thinnest line between married and divorced. Like it's so easy to break that bond between husband and wife, but mother and child, oh my God, like ain't no fucking way. I would never. Like this child could actually be dangerous. Like I've heard of mothers locking their door because they know this little crazy motherfucker is in another room, and they still won't leave this little Jason Voorhees motherfucker. They still won't call the police and tell the truth about this little Michael Myers motherfucker they got over in the next room. They won't leave that little crazy bitch. But then because their husband is tired, don't feel like fucking all the time, don't feel like going out all the time, ain't trying to start a new business because he's working so hard as it is, she'll leave him. Tell me in your own words.
Fatality.
I'm not trying to dictate your answer whatsoever. You say whatever the fuck you want. This is the uncomfortable truth. Your floor is yours.
I think that because as mother, because our parents, I'm a mother too. Sometimes we say, "Or our kid, our kid, our kid." It comes first, and we really don't see. Yes, your kid gonna come first, but in some situations they don't. Like if your kid is being bad, and you don't correct them, but you run to correct your husband,
Hold
but
on,
you don't
hold
correct.
on.
Oh,
Back it
oh.
up. Say it one more time. You ain't willing to correct. Oh, Hashatabo. He's speaking to me. Oh, you just said, oh, shit. Jesus. Oh, shit, Peter. I feel Jesus in the building. So you just said that she's willing to correct her man, but ain't willing to correct her child.
A lot of times, yes, it's true.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make it up. Shit, cut it, print it, send it out to the masses. You willing, you can form out your mouth to correct a grown ass man. You can form your lips to say something to try to correct a grown man. But this fat Jabba the Hutt, raggedy piece of shit that's back there in the backyard and not doing shit but playing video games, you won't say shit to this fever blister bastard. Whoa, my God. You know what? I
It's
swear
true.
to God, as much shit as I talk, I've never said that. But I will from now on. Go ahead and finish your thought. I'm so sorry. I was touched by the Holy Jesus.
I cannot win. But it's true a lot of times. Like, and that's the big issue. That's the big issue that we've been having today. And and let's be honest, this generation, they do not know how to hold a relationship. They do not. Like they do not. Everything is so about me, 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 and there's no more us. What we gonna do? They forgot that if you decide to even have a relationship, a boyfriend and girlfriend, you're a team. You don't see that today. It is hard to see it. It's all about okay, what you can give me or what you can do for me. So of course, if you got a kid, these parents that got these kids, oh no, my kid this. But and then you got this man that's your provider. What are you doing for him? But and then you letting these kids be bad. Cause I see it every day. I'm a retail store manager. I see these bad kids. And then the parents looking like you see your kid is doing this. You see the kid is throwing all on the floor. Oh baby, don't
Hold
do
on, hold on.
that.
Hey, operator, put that last comment up on the screen. Let's read this bullshit. That is clearly not the majority. Really, fucking Lauren? Really? What fucking world do you live in? Y'all gotta stop watching TV and be in the real world. Hey, don't you live in Atlanta too? Who the fuck you see on every exit of every highway all across the goddamn state of Georgia? 85, 20, 285, every exit, what do I see? Black kids selling water,
Yep.
selling Gatorade. Mama, why the fuck is your child on the goddamn highway selling shit? Huh? Why? Hold on, let's read the rest of this. Y'all got to stop watching TV and be in the real world. For every action, there's a reaction. No shit, Sherlock. Perhaps the woman correct the man because of things he done already. You know what, Lauren? I invite you to come up here and speak that shit right now. Stop being scared, hanging out in the comments. You don't need 1,000 followers over here, Lauren. Come on up. Let's have some dialogue. Because perhaps the woman corrected a man because of something he already did. Well, why ain't you correcting that fat, raggedy bastard you got upstairs in that room playing that fucking Xbox? Huh? How come you ain't telling that fat, raggedy motherfucker to get outside and cut the grass. Take out the trash, huh? Pump the gas. Your ass is outside the car pumping gas while this fever blister Jabba the Hutt is sitting in the goddamn car playing a video game. The same game he was playing before y'all left the house. He just transfers it to the phone.
And with attitude.
And then while y'all out there, while you out in the cold, rain, heat, danger, pumping gas, he crying about you stopping and buying another game. And by the way, stop and buy me a bag of grease so I can eat that shit too. Let me eat my grease buns and my fry stick grease sticks. And let me eat my cupcake, ho-ho cracker cookie, sugar bombs, and play more video games so I can't even see my dick at 12.
Oh, hell no.
Hell, maybe that's the reason why we got so many kids motherfucking confused about the gender, because they can't see their genitals because they're so fucking fat. This is the first year ever that the fucking military did not meet their recruiting goals. You know why? You know why the military didn't meet their recruiting goals this year? All fucking services failed. You know why? Because when they brought them motherfuckers in on the scale, they broke the bitch. The fucking scale said, 1 at a time, please. Back up. Too many on a board. Too many aboard. Cannot make it. Disqualified. Too many titties. So listen, I know we got a lady out there. That disagrees with her, because I don't want this to be an echo chamber. Of course not. Atlanta
Hey,
Cat.
they can come and say it.
Yes, come up here and speak your truth, ladies. I know that there's some Queen Babe. Please, definitely, I need you to come over there. What's the YouTube channel? It's right above you. Look at the comment right above you, Queen Babes. Atlanta Cast Network, Uncomfortable Truth. We're the only show live right now. And you don't need 1,000 followers to come up. Because I know some of y'all don't agree with Gigi and myself. I know it. But don't be a fucking coward. Get over here, speak your truth. Because I believe, and this is, I don't want any people to forget what I'm talking about. The subject right now is in love versus loving somebody. Now, I will at least give you this. At least you're dedicated to the child. Hell. I mean, it's fucked up results, but at least you're dedicated. At least you're not quitting on them. Laura, let's go ahead and bring Laura up. I forgot we got Laura backstage. Welcome back. What's going on, brother?
How you doing, Gigi?
Hey, I'm great.
So, what do you got to say about what we've been talking about so far? We got an echo too.
Maybe let me turn down over here.
And we can't hear you, Laura.
At all?
Sorry, my sniper had to take you out. Laura, get it together, brother. I'll come back up. Laura, operator, put Laura's comment up on the screen.
The military was like.
Okay, Laura Gray said the military was like heavyweight movie. Take the candy bars out your socks. Yes, you fat raggedy fuck. Come on, Queen Bay. Hey, operator, can you please drop the join link in the comments one more time, please? We got somebody that wants to come up, and I'm pretty sure she is going to have a difference of opinion. I need all of y'all to come over to the YouTube. Just, hey, come over, subscribe, hit the notification bell, say hi. Just come over, say hi. You know, then you can go back to fucking TikTok. Y'all addicted to goddamn TikTok so much. I swear, over here, we don't get shut down. Over here, we can say what the fuck we want. And over here, you don't need 1,000 fucking followers just to speak your mind. All right? Oh, shit. I know that ladies love men, right? I know that. I know women love men. But what do you love men for? Why do you love men? Is it because you want to get something? Is it because you need something? Is it because you're missing something? Or do you just love a man because it brings you joy to do something for somebody else? See, that's the difference. That's when somebody loves you, not in love with you. Somebody loves you when they enjoy doing things for you and don't expect nothing. Oh, shit. Don't expect in return.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now you're clear.
All right, I'm on a different device.
Yeah, you're crystal now.
What's that?
What's going on? So, like I was saying, the difference between being in love with somebody is, I believe, you're in love with that person because you're receiving something from that person at the time. Your need, whatever it may be, whether it's finances, whether it's emotion, whether it's physical touch, whatever your love language is, that's what you're receiving from that person right then and there. And that's what makes you feel in love with them. But see, all y'all Christians out there, you like to talk about Jesus. I don't think Jesus got on the cross to get something from your ass. I don't think he got on the cross and died to get something from you. He did it just because he loved you. And that's what you don't know. You don't know what it's like to just get up and go and spend your money and spend your time and do something for somebody else, expecting nothing in return, just to give and do for somebody else and get joy in the morning.
But Mark, how somebody gonna love if they never have they never have been shown that love, and you've been forgetting that? There's a lot of women or men they don't even know that. So how they going to give some? They're even confused. They don't even know what it is because they have never, as a kid, their parents never gave it to them. They don't know. So that's why a lot of relationships and today's life, it is what it is.
Period.
Because some people don't know. They don't know the difference. They don't know. And then when you try to explain them, it's always something negative. It's always, they take it personal. So everybody's not open to take the truth.
Laura, you want to handle that?
Bullshit.
I kind of missed part of it. Let me turn up a little bit. Could you repeat part of it for me, sweetie? Oh, shit. 1 second. Hey, man, I got a lot going on there. I got a lot going on.
Brother, don't worry about it. I know I put you on the spot, but she said, how can we expect a woman to love men like that when they never experienced it themselves?
Sometimes you got to play it by ear, because most of us are coming from single parent households now. We don't have a choice but to learn it if we're going to get our community back to where it's supposed to be. So you better find a mentor. You better find an old couple that been through a lot of whatever or nothing at all and figure it out. You got to teach yourself. You have to find somebody to show you the way, because we're not going to last much longer if we keep going apart the way we are right now. So as adults, the world don't give a damn about what you don't know. You're expected to go find out. There's only so long you'll be able to use that as an excuse. So if you know you're lacking something, it's up to you to find out what you're missing. There's no excuse.
Can I tell you this?
Right.
So I don't got a problem because I know what's love. Thank God.
Hold on, baby. Hold on. Hey, operator, put Michael Jones's comment on the screen, please. And read that topic. I mean, read that comment. Gigi.
Yeah.
Read that comment on the screen.
It say 3 baby daddy later, and no one show you how to love. I don't know who he's talking about because I got one. It was my husband.
Oh shit! did.
Hey,
Everybody give a round of applause.
He got it confused, honey.
Hey,
But hey,
I need to
it's
give a
real.
round of applause.
But you know what? Let me say this, okay, for him. You saying that, and today I see these men, so please, if it's not you, don't feel, oh, it's not me. These guys, I see you got one baby mama. You don't even spend time with your kid or with her, and then you go in with a woman that got 5 baby mama, got 5 kids, and you love this woman. She got 5 kids from 5 men, and then you're gonna come and put that comment, like make it make sense, because you guys as African American black men, no, there's no whoa. You guys, if it's not you, stay quiet. But you guys come and pick another woman after you didn't take care of your kid, and you know what, your baby mama, and then you get in with a woman with 5 kids with 5 different men. Because I see it today. I'm like, how did you go with her? You had one over here in your house with one, but you left her for one over here that got 5 from 5 different men. So come on, let's keep the facts.
Pookie's and Pookishas pookieing together.
I don't know, honey, but you know today that's
you're not gonna find any quality man. Hold on, you're never gonna find any quality man dealing with some bullshit like that. Because you know what happens. You know, no, I'm gonna tell you how it happens. Because when you find a woman who got 5 kids by 5 pieces of shit dudes, guess what? She's probably getting assistance for all 5 of those kids. She's got a house and the rent is $13. She's got $3,000 worth of food stamps every month, and she's got a fucking goddamn free door and free room and a free place for that nigga to live. So what he gonna come in there and act like, yeah, I'll save the kids. I'll take care of these kids. I'll clothe these kids. He gonna put on his cape and come in there and give her 8 dick, and then there'll be one happy family full of Pookishas and Pookiranas and Pookie niggas.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
All just pooking together. Hit dog. You know what? I'm not even gonna say that comment because I know it's gonna deal with. Hello.
Well, honey, they say I'm taking it personal. I'm not taking it personal, honey.
Not personal to me.
Unmute, baby girl. How you doing?
What's up, Ashley Ann?
How y'all doing this evening?
We good.
It's spicy over here, I see.
Hey, we can't get shut down over here. You know, you don't need 1,000 followers to come up over here. Say what you want, when you want, how you want. The subject tonight is in love. Operator, put it up on the screen for me one more time. The subject is in love versus loving someone.
I tell your mama you ain't shit.
Every fucking day, I'll tell that motherfucker. Listen, what we're trying to say is that we talked about it early on Laura's show as well. And just in case y'all out there, you don't understand, the individual below me, he has a show every day on TikTok. It's the Lower Ninth Ward King. It's from 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It's 8 o'clock, right? 8 o'clock? Okay. 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time until his wife come home and say, you still on that shit? It's a great time. We talk about a lot of these subjects, and I practice a little bit of this shit on this show every day. So we were talking about it earlier, and we were saying, you know, why is it that women have no problem dedicating, and this is not even really about the word love. Really, it's about the promise and the dedication of that love. Why is the dedication of love for a child that will do nothing for you but just take, embarrass, lie, steal, and disrespect you? Your dedication to that specific individual is. We got some background noise.
Is it me? Hold on, let me mute. It could be me.
We got some background noise.
Is it me? Hold on, let me mute. It could be.
No, it's an echo. Are you on some type of Bluetooth device? Okay, so why is the dedication for that type of a situation unlimited? Unlimited dedication. Unlimited. Doesn't matter what the fuck happens. You not going nowhere. You'll put the house up to get that motherfucker out of jail. You'll travel 6 states to go visit that raggedy motherfucker. You'll put everything on his motherfucking books, but let your husband Let this motherfucker fart wrong on the wrong night while you on your period. He done.
I'm going to jail.
Explain that for me.
Look, I don't have any real explanation. Only
You
I gotta drop. I gotta drop and come back.
Okay, she's gonna drop it back. These devices. My sniper, he take you out. If you come up here, you ain't good. He gonna take you the fuck out. So, I think, to be honest with you, I think it's inherited. I think it's something that a woman is born with. I think a woman is literally born with a switch that says, I'm supposed to be here and I'm supposed to do this. My question to everybody is, where did that switch go for the husband? Where did that dedication mindset go for the husband, for the family? Because I do not see it. And I know a lot of people right there saying, I know y'all saying, well, why aren't you talking to the men? Why aren't you saying something to the men? Why aren't you doing it? Because I don't see the majority of men leaving their families, leaving their wives, and getting a divorce. Husbands, remember, I'm talking about husbands, not baby daddies. We're talking about husbands. The majority of husbands aren't filing for divorce and leaving their wives over bullshit. Over bullshit. That's what's not happening. Okay, say something, baby. Let me see if you got it now.
Did that fix it?
You good.
Yay.
Okay, so spit your game. Tell me what you're thinking.
Okay, so I can only give speculation at this point in time because I'm not in these ladies' shoes. But one issue, I believe the brainwashing through feminism of people literally being taught that they don't need a man. You can even watch old documentaries in the 60s and 70s as they went through and interviewed women in our community. And a lot of them were stating, it's going to be me and my child. I don't need a man. My mother raised me without a man. I've turned out fine, that sort of type of thing. There's also a very selfish desire coupled with control, because for a lot of people, they can order their children around, right? They feel like they can dictate what's going to happen with the child. Well, this man may turn around and leave me, but I know that this baby, right, is attached to me at least until they're 18 or 19, because I've also seen mothers lose their crap as the child gets older and gains independence and gives some pushback to a lot of the ideologies or the way that they were raised, or just saying, I don't want to live the way that you want me to live. And then the third big reason is a lot of women they're not introspective. They don't want to practice self-awareness. They feel like the world should revolve around them. And so they take it as if they're beneath someone whenever, it's a part of being a team. If you're focused on feeling like I'm the leader or I deserve to be the captain of the ship, instead of I want to get in here and play my role, right? Whether that's as a co-partner or a supporting role, again, that's it's in conflict with the mindset of I'm the woman, I'm the boss, I do whatever I want to do, and I don't need a man. So I think it's multi-layered and multi-dimensional, but it boils down to a lot of women feel like I can control that child, tell that child what to do. They can't necessarily control a husband or tell him what to do.
Lie detector test determined you are telling the truth.
What I am hearing, though, when I translate that in my mind, is that it's not really that I love this child and I'm dedicating my life to this child out of love. What I hear is I'm dedicating my time because I can control.
It's a bit of control and selfishness. I've heard lots of women say, well, my baby's going to love me forever. I'm going to have my bum with my child forever. And, you don't know if I'm going to have him forever. I've heard that come out of women's mouths. So I think it's a combination of the two. And I feel like it's selfishly motivated because at that point, you're not doing what's best for the child. There's all kinds of data and research that shows that children actually thrive in two-parent households with two healthy parents, right? So if I'm the mother and my goal is to give my child the best advantage possible on the planet Earth, and I want my child to have the biggest, the biggest, happiest childhood, adulthood. I want them to be well-rounded, have a lower propensity for mental illness. I want them to be in better health. I want them to be a well-rounded individual. I want them to procreate and carry on our bloodline and all these other sorts of types of things. Well, I'm going to be in search of a good father for my child before I even conceive a child. So if you're truly being honest about, I want the best for my child versus I want somebody to love me because I have a void inside of me.
I believe that the emotional side of a woman dictates her actions. I think that a lot of women are allowing their emotions to dictate their actions. And that's the reason why you see these situations and circumstances playing out the way they do. Because when you see a woman who is emotionally, happy, like she's fulfilled and she's excited and all the emotions are positive, how's the home? Just like they say, happy wife, happy life, right? So why is it that when the wife is not happy? Because guess what? No human is always going to be happy. Single women are not always fucking happy. So why is it that when you're unhappy, now the house got to be hell? Now got to be hell. The kids, we can't eat good food. We can't have clean laundry. We can't fucking walk around and not feel the wrath of your blood coming down your leg and threatening to unalive everybody because you're not happy. Guess what? Men come home unhappy every day. Every fucking day. Every fucking day. But guess what? We're happy when we get home to you.
Absolutely.
You know how many times I came home in that fucking uniform and that goddamn camis was so tight at the end of my fucking ankle to cut off the circulation, and I can't wait to get these fucking boots off and this fucking pack off. I stink. I ain't had a shower in 3 fucking weeks. I can smell myself. I got famunda between my nuts. I'm scared to scratch because I know my fingernails will be full of old skin and ball sweat. I'm not happy. I can't wait to get to the shower. I don't want to be bothered with nobody. But as soon as I open the door, my little girl say, Daddy's home. My baby scream and run all the way across the goddamn room. And I totally forgot about myself. I forgot that my back hurt. I forgot my balls stink. I forgot my fucking legs are damn near numb. And all I wanted to do was just hold them and smell them and kiss them. Why is it that you, as our Black woman, when you walk in the house, you don't feel the same thing? Why is it that when you come home, you get even more stress? This is supposed to be our church.
Sanctuary.
Our sanctuary. This is where God, this is where the Holy Trinity is. Woman, man, and child. This is the home. This is where we're supposed to get re-energized, not take away more energy. I remember I used to come home and sit in the driveway and just be like, oh God, no, why? Because as my marriage started to deteriorate, it wasn't the kids that I didn't want to see. It was her ass I didn't want to hear. Because I knew as soon as I walk in the house, because she wasn't happy, because everything wasn't go lucky, shit starting to get fucked up a little bit because that's life. Instead of us coming together with a plan, she want to point the finger at me and attack me and make me feel like it's my fault. That's the difference between being in love and loving somebody. I didn't expect my kids and my family and my wife and all these people to have anything waiting on me. I didn't expect them to fucking clean nothing, cook nothing. I just wanted them there. That was it. Just them. But because I'm not making you happy, I'm not what you need today, you're going to break the whole family apart. You're going to take the kids to a neighborhood, they don't know nobody. You're going to take the kids to a fucking neighborhood, they don't know none of the kids. You're going to destroy every motherfucking thing just for you to be happy for a little while. How many single women y'all know that is fucking ecstatic? How many? Hey, Queen, get your ass in the box. I don't want to read no comments. Get your ass up here in the box. Operator, post the link one more time so there ain't no motherfucking excuses. Get your ass in the box. Somebody over here talking about, don't you have a therapist? Don't you? Never mind. I'm gonna get the fucking.
So can I say something on the single women happy? So I think that there are some women, I don't think it's as many as that they claim that there are, but there are some women I do think that they are better off alone and they are really truly happy alone. There are some, but I don't think there's many as they claim to be. Now, I feel like the happiness meter goes down the older you get because you start to have a realization that it doesn't matter how many trips you can take, how much money you make, how many cars you have, how many Chanel purses are in the closet, that you're starting to want to have someone to share experiences with. You want to have a family. You want to have some type of emotional support. You want to have something to live for, besides yourself, some type of greater purpose, right? And that's the instance where I see a lot of women flip from I'm a happy single girl to now I'm a bitter old maid. And you see the transition because they start to realize that they got played and that they were lied to. And they spent a lot of time when they should have been developing connections and relationships. They were so about the paper and so about the bag. Now their life has passed them up because when you're chasing the paper, if you're really dedicated to it, you're missing a lot of important life events, right? You're missing birthday parties and anniversary dinners and family get-togethers and game nights. You know what I'm saying? You're missing out moments to be able to hang out with your friends and go to brunch and all those sorts of types of things. And so because of my career profession, I have I have a lot of insight, right, with being able to talk to these women who were very, very extremely career driven, and they thought that they were really happy. And then they hit a point one day, they just wake up and they're like, I've reached my financial goal. I've hit my economic goal. I got my house, I got my car, I got whatever stacked up in my Roth, and I'm still not happy because I'm missing the emotional connection. So I would say they may be happy and single when they're younger, but once they realize that they've had the wool pulled over their eyes, a lot of times it flips over to bitter Betty.
It's just like I went to my 30th class reunion, and then the amount of women.
Hold on, Lord. Hold on.
Okay.
Natasha, you can come up audio only. Click the link, talk to the operator behind stage. He'll guide you. You can come up audio only. I want to hear what you got to say. Go ahead, lawyer.
I went to my 30th class reunion, and the amount of women that I went to school with that are all CEOs and heads of hospitals and businesses and very successful, running around now realizing like, damn, I accomplished all of this, but I don't have a family. I don't have a husband. I don't have children. And now they realize that they put career over love. and true connections that's gonna last forever. It was astonishing.
I think it's because they've never known what it's like to truly dedicate themselves to anybody, not even their own child. I got an auntie right now. She's been a nurse for over 40 years. 40 fucking years she's been a nurse. She's got a daughter. She's got a son. She's got grandkids. And they all moved away. They all moved away. I asked her, I said, why ain't you retired? I know you got enough money. House is paid off. Cars is paid off. You ain't got no bills. Why you still working? I can't retire. Because I ain't got nothing to retire to. She gonna die in that hospital. Somebody gonna find her in one of them motherfucking waiting rooms, and she gonna be gone in one of them goddamn chairs. Because she ain't got nothing to come home to. I retired in 2019 for 2 years. I didn't do shit. Nothing. I just did what the fuck I wanted to do. Lonely than a motherfucker. Retirement without nobody special in your life. Your kids at school. Everybody's at work. You walk around the mall like you're some fucking senior citizen by your goddamn self in the middle of the goddamn day. Half the stores ain't even open yet.
Walking around, exercising, walking around.
Dog, I thought I made it. I was like, yo, I did it. I ain't even 40. And I'm retired. I ain't got to do shit. And I was like, fuck this shit. I'm about to start another business because this is bullshit. Now, Ashley, I'm saying it right? Is it Ashley Ann or is it just Ashley?
You can.
Okay. Hold on. Natasha, are you there? I think the operator's still talking to her in the back. Oh, we got a super chat, operator. Michael Jones, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Said first time watching. I'm just showing some support. Thank you, Michael, man. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. We're here every Tuesday, The Uncomfortable Truth. I appreciate that, brother. So, like I was going to say, Ashley, you don't have children yet, right? No. And I know you're married. Y'all look happy. My question to you, and remember, this is The Uncomfortable Truth. We get uncomfortable here. Have you sat down and just did a time lapse or a time schedule of what it's going to be like to deal with all your businesses, all the responsibilities you have, and dealing with you? You got to take care of you. You are definitely high maintenance. Yep. You ain't got the lot of me. You going to have, see, right now, you just got to worry about you. And you got your business. And now you got your husband. Right? How many businesses you got? You going to throw a baby in there. That's going to be a lot. I can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot I was on mute. Yeah, I already know. I mean, I started working probably like a year ago on restructuring my business model. One of my companies, I'm liquidating. It only makes me like $1 million a year anyway. It's not worth the headache. So, I mean, but this is the thing. At the end of the day, money comes and money goes, right? So if you can make it once, you can make it again. You can make it over and over and over again. Doesn't matter what's going to happen on that. But you can't make your children again. You can't make your husband again. You can't make the connection again. So I'm very aware of what you're talking about, like a full plate. And so I started warning my clients, even on my live. Sometimes I tell people, y'all, I'm not fixing to be going at this pace. Like in a few months, I'm literally already restructuring so that I have more time, because something has to shift. And I grew up, I had a very blessed, very fortunate to have a happy childhood. My mother was like a mother, you know what I'm saying? She was there all the time.
Hold on one second, Ashley. Operator, can you put up the last super chat? I don't want to disrespect. I don't have a horn I play over here like lower and shit. Boxing Logic United. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you supporting the channel. Thank you. Great show. All right. Is that you, Natasha?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. All right. She said she wanted to come up, but she didn't want to show. She didn't want to turn on the camera. She's probably getting ready to go to bed. I understand. So I see you in the comments saying something that's not necessarily true. And I think you was responding to Ashley. What was you saying? What was you saying that's not necessarily true?
So, there are some women who are, yes, about the bag. So they're not looking for a man. They're not looking to have children. And so I acknowledge that, yes, maybe after they've done what they've done and they realize and they look back and it's like, dang, I'm like over 35, I'm over 40, I want to settle down and have kids. It may be a little bit more difficult for them then. I don't necessarily agree that they become bitter women. Now, that's what I have to say about that. As far as being a mother, even if you're a single mother, I'm a single mother, so I can speak from experience. So that being said, I didn't choose, nor did I want to raise my children alone. That's just how life happened for me. But I will say that I had just as much peace and just as much challenges as people did who were actually married. So I don't measure my success and I know a lot of women don't measure their success being compared to whether or not they were married. So that's why I don't necessarily agree. Now that I'm older, my children are older. Would I enjoy having someone? Sure. But am I pressed about whether I do or don't? Absolutely not. Because life is going to life, whether you got somebody or not. And that's just how I feel. And
I'm gonna go first. Okay, you said.
Hang on. Okay.
Okay, I thought you were done. You still got more?
Yeah. So
Go ahead.
life is going to life, whether you got somebody or not, is how I feel. If you have a healthy, structured marriage and relationship, then that's what we need to speak on, right? As far as the outcomes, as far as, whether or not it's good and things like this, that, and the third, whatever the case may be. But I don't think it's fair to measure somebody's life success in comparison to somebody else's. And so that I don't necessarily agree with. I could take trips if I want to. I can find somebody if I want to. I can be monogamous with somebody if I want to, you know?
You can be married if you want to.
I could be married if I want to, So it's not that, and y'all know, I do not promote the independent woman. I don't promote, raising kids on your own. That's just how my life turned out. I did a very great job. I'm not worried about anything, and nor are my children. Everybody has to live this life. Everybody has their own journey. And I don't care if you come from a 2-parent household or a single parent household. You still got to live this life. And how successful you are is not really based off of your beginnings. How you approach it may be, but what you turn out to be is solely dependent upon you. So that's why I said I don't necessarily agree with everything that has been said. And it wasn't just Ashley, it was the entire conversation.
Marley.
Smells like vagina in here.
Mark. Isn't it absolutely amazing that everybody's life is perfect and it's just the way they wanted it
I'm telling you,
every time?
it's
It's,
never no problem.
yeah, it's never no problem. Nobody, I don't have anybody just because I don't want anybody. I
I'm
can get
single
somebody
by
whenever I
choice.
want to. Yeah, it's just perfect.
Listen. I can't tell you, Natasha, that you are lying. Nobody can say that. This is your
No.
truth. It's your story. But I do have something that you said that I have to do pushback on. All right.
Okay.
First of all, I got to ask you: were you married? Was you raised in a two-parent household?
No, I was not. My parents were married and then they separated when I was really young.
Got it. What's up, Mr. freaking Peter Edison? Hello, my brother. I can already see it on your face. Hold on, Peter. Hold on. Okay, so when you grew up in your two-parent household, I mean, when your father was gone, did you not ever say, "Where's my daddy? I wish my daddy was here. Like I wish I didn't have to leave my dad when I was visiting." Did you ever feel that ever?
Oh yes, I absolutely did. All the
Okay,
time.
so I was listening and I took notes. You say you don't measure your success based off of being married. Do you
I
measure?
said I don't measure my success based off of other people's marriage.
Well, how?
I don't compare my life story to how somebody else got to where they got to and how they got there.
Wait. Okay, so when you were saying you don't measure success off of being married, were you saying you're talking about other people's marriages or your marriage?
Other
I
people.
didn't Yeah, no, what I said was I don't base my success in comparison to other people's successes. So, somebody else's marriage doesn't mean just because I didn't get married that I'm not successful. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, got it. So, would you base your success off of being a good mother?
I I don't know. I don't know if I ever thought about it that way.
If you was to fail and your child was to live this life in the rest of their life in poverty and being homeless because you didn't do a good job being a mom, would you then say you were a successful woman?
Nope.
Well, I don't know that I would feel like um I failed. I would definitely have some type of feeling towards it because you can only teach your child the best you can, but everybody has the decision to make on their own. I am the youngest of three. I have two older brothers. I'm the only girl. I'm the only one who's living the life the way I'm living it. The brother between us, the middle brother, the one right above me, was in the streets heavily. I was always the good girl. My oldest brother, he was kind of laid back, stayed to himself. So that's why I'm just like, I don't know that I can agree with that because we all went through the same stuff. We all dealt with the same stuff. Now, how we processed it may be different, but at the same time, I can't necessarily say that,
Baby,
oh,
baby,
What,
hold on,
what,
hold on. Let me say this one thing and you can go, Laura. You got to understand what you're saying out loud. Your household is an example of the black community. The majority of the children are not successful.
I get that, but this is what you
Hold
have
on,
to
wait.
understand. What
Let me
you
finish.
said,
Let me finish what I'm saying. You have how many siblings?
I have I have two older brothers,
Two older brothers. There's three kids.
and then I have half sisters and
Half
brothers.
sisters. Well, I'm talking about the ones who grew up in your household under your mama's roof.
So my mom and dad had three. It was just
Got it.
me and my two brothers by my mom and
Got
dad.
it. So two out of the three is not doing as good as you, and y'all all grew up in a single mother household. In crazy how it's the boys who didn't have the father and the girl who had the mother, the one
Actually,
who's
I
doing
did.
the best. Hold
See,
on,
that's where you're wrong.
hold
I
on. Let me
didn't
finish
have
what
my
I'm saying.
mother. I
Let me
didn't
finish.
have my mother.
Okay, so y'all live with your father.
No,
You live with a woman.
you don't know anything about my story. So
I
let me
know.
tell
I'm
you.
just assuming.
Okay,
It's
let me
only one or the
explain it.
other.
Let me
It's one or
explain
the
it so
other.
you can understand.
It's a woman or a man.
Let me explain it so you can
Hold
understand.
on. We can't get into the whole story. I don't want to put all your business out. That's
I'm
what I don't
not,
want.
but I need you to understand because that's why y'all are going off in the direction that you're going off on because it's based off of what you think as opposed to what you know.
Well,
So,
how about this? Let me get to my point, and you make it seem. You let me know if that matters.
okay,
Because what I was going to say is, you said that your child wants for nothing. I asked you, did you ever sit in your house with just the one parent, whichever it was, and say, "Where's my dad? I wish I had my dad." You
yeah.
said that was your reality. What makes you think that's not your child's reality too?
I'm not saying that it's not. I never said
Okay,
that
so how can you then say that your child wants for nothing?
because it's up to them whether or not, what they want. You understand? So here's the thing. My children have every opportunity, nothing but space and opportunity to have that bond with their fathers, and they have that.
That has nothing to do with daddy not being there in the house. My kids had a bond with me, but guess what? When I was in Afghanistan, they missed me every fucking night. And y'all got to understand that loving somebody, and that's what the subject is, in love and loving someone.
All
When
right.
you choose
So,
to do something, hold on, let me finish. And
okay.
then I'm gonna let Laura and then Peter, and then Laura, Ashley, then Peter, because they were here first. The difference between being in love and loving someone is exactly what you're talking about. Because I
No,
believe you love your kids. You love your kids, and you're gonna be there for your kids no matter what. No matter what. But there was something going on between you and the father where it wasn't enough for y'all to stick together and go ahead and get married and stick it out. I don't know what it was, and I'm
right.
not even trying to guess. But it
Right.
was something different between the love you got for your kids and the
Mhm.
love you have for him. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. Laura?
I don't know why I'm in the hot seat, although I really don't care
You're
about
not
y'all
you're not in the hot
opinions.
seat, but I get
You
it.
can't handle the truth.
You
Y'all
just
go
on the
ahead.
hot mic because we can't
Go
see you.
ahead. I got it. I got
How you doing,
it.
sweetheart?
What's going on, brother? You know I got much respect for you. What's up?
I know, I love you too. Um, yeah. Sometime. And how many kids? You got two sons, right?
I have
And a
two
daughter.
daughters, son.
Two daughters.
Hmm.
I thought you had a son too.
I have two daughters and a son.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I'm sure, despite all you did, that they have to be missing dad some kind of
A-
way.
Absolutely.
Um, so I don't know uh how much of a success we can say that we actually made when there's
Um,
still that gaping hole. Now, I think we talked before, and I know your situation, but there are other people out there that have similar stories.
yes,
And when you don't have both parents there in a happy, healthy mindset, there's always a hole that's gonna be in your upbringing.
exactly. And
Yeah,
so that happy, healthy mindset is what wasn't there. And what I know about my children, they much rather see mommy happy than see mommy in a whole bunch of drama and arguments and BS. And so, although we've had to sacrifice not having him in the household, I can't say that it wasn't a success. Like, I feel like sometimes I don't care what you decide to do. I don't care if you are a parent, business owner, teacher. I don't care what career you choose. I don't care what you decide to do in your life. There's some things that you're going to have to sacrifice in order to do or continue to move along a path. So that's why I'm like, I'm not completely agreeing. I understand what you're saying, but I'm not completely agreeing that it can't
I
be.
think it just should never be the man. It should never be the man,
It should never
regardless
be into what
regardless of what you have to sacrifice. You and that man made children. That means you loved something about him. You liked
yeah,
something, even if it was just the dick. You liked something. It was something you liked about that man at the time.
yes.
And
But
whatever it was, I need to ensure that the rest, because remember, y'all, we all grown. we lived our lives. We trying to change for people who's coming after us. So this is not an attack on anybody. We talk about these uncomfortable truths to make it better for the next generation. Okay, so I don't want you to feel like I'm attacking you at all.
Oh, I really don't care.
I'm not. I'm not. So what I'm
really
trying to say is, for the future, you got to understand that if you gonna lay down and decide, when you sit down and you looking at that test and that test ain't positive, 2 lines, baby on the way, oven on, yeast is rising right now. You can't just make a decision whether or not that child is going to live. You got to make a decision whether or not that child is going to live in a family home.
So I feel you. First of all, I'm 42, so ain't no going back and starting over and trying to find.
Yeah, I know.
But let that be known. Now,
but we're trying to reach the generations that's behind us. We owe it to them to know that if you're gonna be out here creating children, you got to figure out a way.
Exactly.
You got to put your differences to the side. It's statistically shown that 2-parent households are healthier. Give a healthier mindset to kids. So with us knowing that bit of information, we got to figure it out as adults.
Absolutely. And I agree. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm teaching them. I'm definitely teaching them to slow down a little bit. Make sure that who you're with, the whole vetting process, meet the family, all those things. Like, that's what I'm teaching the younger generation. This is just a mute argument to be trying to teach me something at my age. That's all I'm saying.
No, we ain't trying to teach you. We're just using your situation because you're the one that was in the comments saying, I don't agree. The one thing we need to do.
Points about getting older and being a single parent and certain things that was said. And the reason I said I don't necessarily agree is because I know some people may think that I'm an anomaly. And sometimes I think.
Oh, no, we don't think
that. But I also know that because I grew up in a generation where single parenthood was so rampant, I've seen a lot of us do it. I've seen a lot of us make it. I've seen a lot of our children who have went to college, and they were the ones who actually broke the generational curse and got married and had the kids and bought the house. You know what I'm saying? I've seen too many of these stories. So that's why I know that there's 2 sides to everything. You've got some moms or single moms or just women who never had children get to the point where it's, and I've actually seen some men, but that's not the direction of this conversation. But I've seen a lot of women get to that point to where it's just like, I never had kids. I'm in my 40s now.
Natasha, can you see the comments? Comments?
I cannot. I don't know why.
Can you see my screen? Can you see our screen right now? You can see our faces?
I see everybody's face, yes.
Okay. Hey, operator, can you put Lady O's comment, not the last one, but the one before that? Can you put it up on the screen? She is just 40. Well, she's in her 40s. Those 69s haven't hit her yet.
I don't know what that means.
Okay. Well, God, I'm going to tell you.
Please tell me.
And before I do, let me go ahead and give a shout out to Boxing Logics United. Hey, if you can't learn her anything, that's arrogance. Hey.
What are you talking about? Learn her anything? If you okay.
Yeah, that's just the comment. Hey, if you hit the super chat, we have to stop everything we're doing and we hit the comment. Okay. She's just in her 40s. Those 69s haven't hit her yet. What she means is this. I got several ladies in my community that it's okay, Boxing. We understand. People type fast and have typos. And some of these individuals are in their 70s and 80s. And they're very successful monetarily wise. They've raised, and some of them have kids and some of them don't. A lot of these individuals didn't understand the world they were going to be living in until they got in it. You got women out here that got big 5-bedroom houses and can't even get around in the house. Can't
Oh
even get
yeah.
up and down the stairs.
Yeah, I see
Ain't
what
got
you're
nobody
saying.
to call, ain't got nobody to talk to.
I
Ain't
see.
got, yeah, so that's
Yeah.
what she's talking about.
Oh,
Peter,
okay. I get that. I get that. I see what you're saying. But my thing is, it's just like to add the stress of, oh my God, I'm not gonna have anybody. I just don't think is a good mindset to live in. I think you should just enjoy the moment, be grateful for where you are and what you have. And if you want to place yourself in a position to pursue something or look for something, okay, cool. But I don't know that I measure that as successful or unsuccessful, is what I'm saying.
okay, he's back again. She implied
Being
you all
pride,
couldn't teach her anything.
I didn't say about,
She
listen,
didn't
what I'm
imply it. That's
saying
what she
is,
said.
yeah, that's what I said. What I'm saying is, just so you know, apparently, because you're very invested in me and I appreciate it. Um,
So we love you, girl.
I love you too.
The moment of the truth.
Right.
I'm
What
not.
I'm
I'm invested in the statements, but not in you
No, I'm not talking
particularly.
about you. I'm talking about him because he keeps posting the comments. See, here's the thing. What I'm saying is to go back and try to teach me about vetting a man in order to have kids is not something that you can teach me at this age, is what I'm saying.
But don't your
We
kids
actually not trying
deserve
to
to
teach
see you?
you. We're not teaching you, trying to teach you to vet, but we
Peter,
need
get
to get the younger generation to understand that they need to vet.
Oh, I'm on board with that. I've always said
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm
go
on
ahead,
board.
Peter, before you hit your TV screen.
Listen, no, let King Ashley Ann go.
Um,
I'm very patient.
It seems like the majority of disagree or issues she had really had to do with my speaking points, but I don't live off of what should be. I live off of the reality of what is. And to say that it's a poor mindset for someone to prepare or to say, hey, I've made a mistake, let me make an adjustment, is completely irresponsible. If I had that mindset, I wouldn't even be in the position that I'm in life right now. Life is about seeing 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the line and creating what is it that you want for yourself? What is it that you want for your children? What is it that you want for your legacy, right? So my great, 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 great grandchildren are going to be able to benefit off of the work that I've put in, because even though they're not here on the planet Earth, I've already thought about how I want them to have advantages, how I want them to be comfortable, how I want them to have the ability to be the best person that they're supposed to be on the planet Earth and not have to worry about a financial woe, right?
So who
So
says I'm not doing that?
so wait, you're the one that came up
I
comparing
didn't
yourself.
say I wasn't doing
I didn't say anything about comparing someone's life to a marriage or financial success or any of those things. Now, when we get into numbers, I'm almost willing to bet money. I would put down $100,000 to say that I probably speak to more women in business than you do, because
and
that
that's
is
cool
my
because I'm not a businesswoman.
but that's my profession. So I get to have a lot of private conversations with people that they're unwilling to have with the public and sometimes with their friends and family. I also have several clients that are psychiatrists and psychologists, and they've talked about the alarming amount of women that come in between the ages of 35 and 45, and they have realized that they have made a mistake. And these women have to be put on drugs to keep them from having mental and emotional breakdowns. That's the reality of the
And
Were
situation.
were
that's
those
the
women that
reality.
was those
That's the reality of the
I'll
situation.
let you speak, and I didn't
That's
cut
the
you off.
reality of
Please
the
don't cut me off
situation.
and disrespect me.
Ashley, could I ask
I
you,
listened to you speak and did not say a word.
were those women that chose career over family?
They were, and they also thought that once they hit a particular dollar amount or particular title, that it was going to garner them a certain level of respect or dignity, or different things were going to change in their life. And once they had the realization that that did not happen, it sends a lot of them into a tailspin, because imagine you've been working 20 years or 30 years towards something to get there, and you have all of these expectations about it, only to realize that it's a disappointment and it's not what you thought that it would would be. So the reality of the situation, whenever we get into the marker of success, and I'm not saying you're not a successful mother, I don't know you or know anything about you, but I can look at other instances. I can look at things that are documented. I can look at data. I can look at regular life, and I can use wisdom and say, if someone went down this path and it has an outcome that's undesirable to me, that I'm now going to move down a different path. It's also very irresponsible to say that your children have the same advantages or the same opportunities as some other children that come from a two-parent household. You're a single parent household, so that means that you don't even have the economic resources that are going to be there with a two-parent household. Two parents also have the ability to go out and network, so there's a lot of non-fiscal advantages and equity that those children are going to have. A two-parent household is going to be more well-rounded because now they have the perspective of two different adults with two different sets of life experiences to be able to pour into them, right? If we're not going to sit here and say that a single mother or father does not have more pressure on them because they don't have a counterpart to step in and help them in times of illness or sickness, to step in and help them whenever there's economic trouble, to step in and help them, right, whenever we may need to branch out into the family and get other resources in our village. That is the reality of a situation. And I would beg to differ because I speak to a lot of single mothers and they are very candid about some of the struggles that they are having being a single mother. I talk to single fathers and they are very candid with the struggles they're having in being a single father, right? If I'm a single parent and I get the flu, I may or may not have someone to come in and take the kids and say, oh, mama doesn't feel well today, right? Because single parents have to keep going even whenever they don't feel like going. If I'm a single parent and the bills may be a little bit tight and little Jimmy wants to play football and Jessica wants to be a cheerleader and they want to have music recital and dance classes and all this other stuff, well, they may have to pick and choose what option they have to go with compared to a child that comes out of a two-parent household. They will have both of those options. During the vid, I watched women basically have breakdowns because it was too much pressure on them to try and work their jobs from home and also manage and mitigate the children on a day-to-day basis because they were single parents. They did not have the economic resources to bring in a tutor. They didn't have the economic resources to bring in a nanny to help, right? They didn't have the resources to retire a mother or a grandfather to come in and say, hey, I'm going to subsidize your income because I want us to operate as a family unit. So we're not going to sit here and pretend like you may be in a situation where everything worked out great for you, but that's not the situation that happens for the majority. And that's the reality of it. Plain landed.
Can I speak now?
Of course. And then Peter.
Okay. The only people that you have spoken to, I mean, that's reality that you know are the people that you have spoken to. The people that I know that reality for are the people that I have spoken to. So here's the thing. What I know to be true is I have two daughters in college and a son who is in high school. Have the resources been challenging? Sure. Have they been there? Yes. Like I said, and I'm going to say again, I have never promoted a single parent household or the independent woman because I have been both of those. I don't even claim myself to be independent. I just say self-sufficient because I've had to be self-sufficient by force. That's just how my life turned out. But I made lemonade out of lemons. I didn't sit up here looking at stats. I didn't sit up here comparing myself. I didn't sit up here doing any of those things. So I don't care about anybody's accolades, right? Or who they've talked to. I'm never going to say that I don't feel like it's a problem in the community because it is. But I refuse, and I'm always going to speak to the fact that if this is all you have, you got to do what you got to do. And there's a lot of women, whether they are single mothers or whether they are in a marriage, where they have to do a lot of things on their own. And this is not an attack or a bash on men. Again, y'all know I don't bash men, I don't bash women, and I'm for accountability on both sides. So All I'm saying is it is possible. It can happen. It is definitely reality, whether it's the majority or the minority.
All right, Peter, go ahead before you die.
I mean, what she done landing the plane?
She
I
done.
don't wanna cut off.
Yeah, she landed.
All right,
Wait, one second.
go
Would
ahead.
you recommend that so you won't have to make lemonade out of those lemons to never pick up the fucking lemons?
Oh, absolutely. If you need some help, you need some help. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't know how many times I gotta say it. I'm always gonna promote the two-parent household. I'm always gonna promote that. But I'm not going to sit here and act like it is absolutely impossible
I know,
for it
but
to
I
not
think I
work
think
together.
the worst part of it is that we should at all costs preach against even starting down that road. When we keep hearing young ladies come out and speaking about, I made it, I made it. I
Hmm.
think they're sending the wrong message out saying that, you know what, you can do it anyway. And I wouldn't suggest doing it.
Okay, so I can.
They always leave out how hard it was. They always leave out the part that I had to work 2, 3 jobs. I wasn't able to be there all the time with my children because I had to work my ass off. I had
Mhm.
3 children, no man there. I didn't have help. I was going crazy. You never hear that part. You only hear
Oh,
about I
no,
made it.
well, that's not true, Lord. So if you are truly going to reach back to help somebody that you see was in your same situation, right? Which is the basis for your life, right? It's like giving the younger generations a cheat code because of what we've been through, experienced, and survived, right? So me as a single mom and everything that I've experienced and dealt with, the challenges, all of it, not just the good parts, not just the oh, let me encourage you, all of it. Um, of course, I'm going to preach to
I
the
know, but
younger
the whole
generation.
time you've been talking tonight, you haven't said anything about the bad stuff.
That's because I haven't told my story.
Uh,
Yeah, that's just because I
Go ahead,
haven't told
Peter.
my story. But I'm gonna
But
say
say
this, and then I'll be done. Okay.
one bad thing bad then. Go
Yeah, I
ahead.
will. I will. Just a minute. Lord, what I'm saying is, if I get the opportunity to reach out to the younger generation who have not had children yet, of course, I'm going to promote that, you know, two-parent household, that vet, that marry before you carry, make sure you know all those things. But if I run into a younger female who has already had a child, I don't get to have that conversation. The conversation is going to be different. And that's all I'm saying.
Or
I
here's
feel
another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the up.
so
Listen. I'm
whatever.
going to tell you
Okay,
this.
I'll land. Go ahead.
Listen, what I'm going to say is this. What I'm going to say is this. You promote what you live. Y'all got to get off these
I do not.
motherfucking fake ass sauce. And I'm not talking about you, but these individuals in here. You get on these soapboxes about words. Your words mean nothing compared to your actions. You got a whole daughter. You cannot say, and this is not just you, this is any woman out there that's in this situation. You cannot say, I support and I promote two-parent households, but yet you never had one and you didn't care to make one because I believe, and this is just my personal belief because I've never been a woman in a single household raising kids. I can only assume. I'm assuming that the reason why you didn't do it is because the example I put before, because you ain't got time, you tired, you ain't got the energy, and you don't feel like dealing with it because it's too much more work. So if he ain't Superman with super dick and super money, you ain't got time for it because you already given enough to the military, to your corporation, to your job, to your degree. You're giving enough to your kids. You're giving enough to yourself. You're giving enough to your school. You're giving enough to your household. You ain't got no more to give. Stop lying. You're tired. You fought for feminism and to be your best and do all this shit, and now you're doing too much shit. You got too much shit to do. Dominique Robinson, thank you for support. Goddamn, 50. Drop the 50 bomb on us. Drop the bomb on him, goddamn operator. Mark, keep up the good work. Appreciate you, brother. That's how we do it over here. Listen, you cannot be out here doing one thing with your lips and another thing with your hips. We looking at your ass. Where's your ass doing? What are you doing? Fuck the talk, people. We got to change this world. And the number one way we change it is by saying the truth. Look, I fucked up. Don't do it the way I did it. Do it differently. You know why? Because you don't want these problems. You don't want to be up in here every fucking night thinking about taking a whole fucking bottle of pills. You don't want to be up in here every night looking at these bills and getting phone calls from other people and having to deal with your fucking siblings and deal with your children and deal with your job and deal with your education and deal with your debt and deal with your kids and deal with the school and deal with the job again. You don't want these problems.
Not by yourself.
So find a man that you can serve, not that can serve you. You got your cart in front of the horse. That's the reason why your buggy ain't going nowhere. Horses don't push, they pull. And when you are living life just picking up the pieces and dragging them bitches down the street, and then you look back and wonder why your life looks so tacky, it's because you are trying to do too much and you do not have the proper planning skills. See what I'm saying? The proper planning skills. You only got so many hours in a day, ladies and gentlemen. You only got so many hours in a day. You cannot fucking do it all. You can't be it all. You can't be everywhere. You can't do it. Ashley Ann is a millionaire. I tried to make $1 million once last year. Once. I was about $150,000 off. And I said, fuck this shit. It ain't worth it. I don't want to do it. I'm good. I'm good. Because I was on a mission. I was like, shit, fuck this shit. I'm about to work every fucking day. I'm going to be on my computer at night. I'm doing motherfucking estimates. I'm sending out invoices. I'm waking up. My phone's ringing the first thing in the morning. I'm like, I'm in there, baby. Money's rolling in. Money's rolling in.
I'm rich, bitch.
Nigga, I couldn't do shit. I was tired. I was on the phone on vacation. On vacation, I'm on the phone. Hey, man, we're going to take a trip. Oh, shit. Every fucking day. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll be there. Okay. Yeah, do that. Have them call me. Put it on this card. Yeah, I'll pay for it later. You ain't no rest. Ain't no rest. Ain't no rest when you. Now, I'm sure her line of work is a lot, more. I deal with.
I mean, but I'm being honest, Mark. When I first started, no, it wasn't no rest for me either. That's why I didn't have a relationship. I didn't have time for anything. I was focused on the mission of building that up. And that's how it really is. And that's the reality. And people try and glamorize entrepreneurship or getting to your first meal or your second meal. It's a lot of work to get to the point where you even can get a team to put the systems in place, right? And I was on a pathway to being able to pull like $20 million a year. And I honestly just hadn't had a revelation like a few years ago. I was like, for what? You know what I'm saying? Like for what? Like what is the purpose of this? When I looked at the people that were making that type of income, I did not admire their life. They had no time for family. They had no time for friends. Like you said, they were constantly always working. By then, a board comes into the company. They're going to be able to vote you out and tell you what to do and what not to do and all these other sorts of types of things. And when you think about the quality of life, okay, at that point, we can live in the same neighborhoods. We can be on the same yacht. We can vacation in the same place. Our kids can go to the same school. So outside of I'm making this just to say I'm making it, and I'm not saying that that's what all those people are doing, but for me, there wasn't a why that was big enough to continue on that path. And I was just like, you know what? If I get myself to a position where I'm 5 to 7 million a year, I ride that out for the next 5 years, right? And I invest properly. I'm happy with that because I know I want to be more focused on my family moving into the next part of my life. That's what I want to do.
Ashley Ann,
Yeah.
question to you, and I'm pretty sure the fella's gonna want to follow up on this. You're married, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to describe the dedication. I don't give a fuck about love. Fuck love. It's a goddamn emotion. That's not what we're talking about. Dedication to another human being. I want you to give me yes or no. God touches you in the middle of the night. You got to choose your husband and the children that you will bear or your success.
The husband. I'll be able to gain anything back.
I don't understand why, as successful as you are able to quickly say that I'm choosing my family over millions, and you got motherfuckers out here making $40,000 a year and talk about I ain't losing my job over no man.
It's a mentality and a mindset, and they don't understand that your wealth and your riches come in your relationships. And once people really can understand that, then they will unlock the path to money. That's the reality of the situation.
Did you hear that, TikTok? That's a fucking millionaire. You are a thousandaire. Barely. You're probably 100aire. Talking about you ain't gonna lose your money and you lose your education for no man. Bitch, you broke.
Ha
I mean, that's the reality of the situation. And you can have all of the money, right? But what is your money gonna do when you're in a hospital bed? What is your money gonna do when you're attacked by the world and you need somebody to comfort you? What is your money gonna do for you when you need another set, of ideas or eyes on something? So a couple of years ago, apparently I'm like severely, deathly allergic to like yellow jackets. I had no idea. I got stung by a yellow jacket, almost died. Takes them 45 minutes to even get me responsive. They thought they were going to have to intubate me. I was so bad off that every doctor and nurse that worked on me in the ER came to visit me while I was in the hospital. My money could not do anything for me, but my man showed up to that hospital every day and every night. And this is during the vid time. So he bought food for the whole nursing floor, right? So he could get up in there. My daddy would come and do first shift. My mom and my sister would come.
Where'd you get stung at?
In the thigh. I didn't even get stung in the neck. I got stung in the thigh. Broke out in hives, head to toe, liver started shutting down, kidney shutting down. I lost my sight, lost my vision. I lost the ability to speak. I was out of there. Before people pass, all the fluids, they go, yeah, like they told my sister if she would have waited on the ambulance instead of rushing me to the emergency room, they know for sure I would have been dead. And I knew I was dying. I called my mom on the phone when my sister was driving us to the hospital. I told them I had the realization I could feel stuff shutting down. I said, "Oh my God, I'm dying." I knew I was dying. That my money could not save me. Okay. But my husband, my daddy, my mama, my sister, my best friends, you know what I'm saying, that were coming in.
This happened after you were already married?
No, this is before. This before.
And was that when you came out and you looked at him, you was like, "Oh, I'm with
I
you."
don't,
forever.
I don't even know. He had burrowed his way back. He had burrowed his way back into the operating room. When I opened up my eyes and came to, I saw him and my sister. That's how he actually met my parents, was coming into the emergency room. So yes, this was before we got married. So when I say that man loves me, and if God was like, it's him and the children, you know what I'm saying, and all, it's an easy choice for me. What money comes and goes, you can make more money. That's what people that don't understand, that are chasing money. You can make as much money as you want to. It's really more about a mindset and the energetic frequency. You cannot build another family. All of the millions I had in the bank did not stop me from almost dying after I got stung by that yellow jacket. All of the care, like for the recovery that I had to have after, and the surgeries after to repair the damage. Money, right? I wasn't sitting over here saying, "Oh, somebody bring me a stack and put it in the bed next to me." That was not what was helping me. And so it's very strange to me that there are so many people that put such a high valuation on money. And don't get me wrong, we live on a planet of commerce, right? So yes, you want to have your financial needs taken care of, but to the point where you're willing to forego the relationships, willing to forego the family, willing to forego, because right, you talking about me being dedicated to him. I mean, he was dedicated to me. He could have easily left me. We weren't even engaged yet. We were not even engaged yet, and that man was there every day, every
Girl,
night.
you must have been doing something right, goddamn it.
I did a lot right.
That motherfucker was like, "Please, Lord, don't take her from me. God damn, don't take her away from me, Jesus." Peter, you got something you want to add?
Man, y'all done said everything, man. Y'all forgot about me. Listen, I
I'll
want
tell
to
you
say
what,
this.
hold on. Watch this. Watch this. I got something for you. Let's transition real quick because we've been on this subject for 22 hours and I'm about to shut it down. But I want y'all to tell me what y'all think about this real quick. Operator, can you play that video for me on the second topic? Emotions should not dictate actions.
You know, what I try to do is just try to be still and understand that things come and go. Emotions come and go. The important thing is to accept them all, to embrace them all. And then you can choose to do with them what you want versus being controlled by emotion. You know, a lot of times I've seen players, even myself, you know, when I was younger, being consumed by a particular fear. And to the point where you're saying, okay, nah, it's not good to feel fear. I shouldn't be nervous in this situation. Like, nah. And it does nothing but grow versus stepping back and saying, yeah, I am nervous about this situation. Yeah, I am fearful about this situation. Well, what am I afraid of? And then you kind of unpack it. And then it gives you the ability to look at it for really what it is, which is nothing more than your imagination running its course. You know?
I wanted to play that video because I really do truly believe it's our imagination as a people who are really keeping ourselves away from each other. We have imagined the trauma and pain of others actually taking place in our life that hasn't even happened, and it's keeping us from being married, keeping us from being family, keeping us from being two-parent household and raising our kids and going through the bad times, because we already have got a predetermined notion that we are not going to make it. But for some reason, we don't allow our emotions to dictate our actions, preventing us from having children when we can barely afford to take care of ourselves, when we can barely afford housing and food. Why is it that we have no ability to allow emotions to dictate our actions from preventing us from having children, but we have all the emotions on the earth to prevent us from being married and sticking together and working it out, saying that in the beginning, just like when you looked at your man after you came off your deathbed, this is my husband. And I'm going to be with you no matter fucking what. I don't give a fuck if you got $1 million or 1,000,000 pennies. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to be here with you and I ain't going nowhere. I don't give a fuck if we got kids or not. If I lose everything I got, you were there for me when I was about to die. with nothing. You didn't have no insurance policy on me. You weren't going to benefit from me. You just wanted to be there to hold my hand. Now, who's going to be there for you when your lonely fucking raggedy ass is on your table? Because we will all look up at a light at least one time in our life and say the last words before we go. And are you going to say, I wish I did? I wish I had. I wish I stuck around. Or are you going to say yourself, job well done? And exhale life out of your body. Pastor Peter, if you could, let Jesus come into you.
Don't play with me, man. Don't play with me. You always play with me like that. Listen, man. See, we always say that saying, and I hate it. I don't like it. Life gives you lemons. Make lemonade. What? Life gave you lemons, not lemons, water, and sugar. That's how you make lemonade. See, we choose the lemons, okay? And we stick with the lemons. So we can say, well, I made lemonade out of it. No, choose lemons, water, and sugar. That's how you get lemonade. Choose the better life. Choose what's wholesome. Don't choose the lemons. Like, you can't make lemonade with just lemons. You got to get lemons, water, and sugar. And what we up here just saying is choose the better life. It's harder, but guess what? You reap what you sow.
But you just said it. It's harder. The reason why we don't have a whole bunch of Ashley Ann's.
It's not harder though.
It's harder. It's harder, baby. You think it's easier? Which one's easier? To be you and have a husband and 3 companies, or just go to work, get this $40,000 check a year, and ain't got to worry about nobody else but me in this little 40 hours every motherfucking week.
No, the struggle is optional. Okay, it's hard being poor and lonely, and it's hard.
They don't give a fuck. You do it.
It's hard either way. So pick one.
They've been sifting through the sugar.
I mean, y'all saying the same thing.
But you said it earlier. But you said it earlier, Saul. It's fear. People are living out of fear. They're living out of what could go wrong instead of thinking about what could go right.
Well, I believe that it's harder to be married, and all of us know that. It's harder to have to take care of somebody if that's not who you are genuinely.
That's fair.
See, if you're genuinely a person, I believe everybody on the screen right now receives joy for doing stuff for other people. That's not common. Most of our people are consumers. They are takers. They are always wanting to receive. And that is the main problem in our community. Peter, I don't know if anybody I've ever seen stay on live as long as you. I don't think I've ever seen in my life. I don't think I've ever seen it. Like, I woke up on a Saturday, the first notification on my phone, Peter's live. Okay, I checked it out. I had to do some things, run around, blah, blah, blah. Went to a car show. Me and my baby traveled, came back, motherfucker got in the house. What the fuck? Peter's still on the same goddamn live? But I really do believe he just enjoys it. He enjoyed talking to people. I don't understand how your wife ain't snatched your ass off that phone, but you just enjoy it. I can see that when I talk to people, and I can tell their energy. Like, the reason why we keep getting on these panels or we keep talking to people, because when we get that one individual that says, you know what, I never thought of it like that. I never heard of it. I never heard it put that way before. When I get somebody to come in my DMs and say, hey, Saul, I got a question for you. Even though I just cussed that motherfucker clean the fuck out. Get on, I need to talk to you. because they understand. I think they understand deep down inside, hey, I give a fuck, motherfucker. I'm not going to sit up here and waste my time screaming and yelling over something I don't give a fuck about. So I just want to commend you, and people like you. And we just got to keep trying to be the disease that nobody wants to catch.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I appreciate y'all coming up. I'm getting ready to close it out. Y'all can go ahead and go. I'll see y'all tomorrow. As I close, in love versus loving somebody. In love versus loving somebody. In love versus loving someone. It's a choice. And it's the harder choice. It's always easier to just take care of self. If you are under the age of 30 and you are watching this, or you ever will watch this, fuck love. Fuck it. Stop thinking about it. I want you to focus more on service. Because service produces love. I believe if you approach life and relationships with the mindset of, I just want to serve. I just want to do for people. I want to volunteer. And just see what happens. Maybe then you will learn a very valuable trade, which is to do for others and not expect anything in return and enjoy it. I know, sounds crazy. I task and I ask and I charge everybody as we come up on this fall and winter season, find an organization. Find something, the VFW, Toys for Tots, adult to family program, foster homes, boys and girls clubs. I'm asking you, please, find something, find someone, and just go do something for them without expecting anything in return. Don't put it on your phone. Don't video it. Don't post it. Do this for you. Because there's a very, very important trade that we have not been teaching our youth. And that is the ability to give. I spent the majority of my life in the military doing for others, traveling all over the world, sacrificing time with my children, being a humanitarian. I was an engineer by trade. And every time we showed up, we were either trying to fix something or rebuild something that had been previously destroyed by weather or war. And the look I saw on those people's faces sometimes made it all worth it. I want you to put that in your heart. Do it yourself, even though your parents failed to. Become accustomed to wanting and enjoying doing for others and not expecting anything in return. And I promise you, when you come back here after you've done it a couple of times, you'll say, you know what? So I'm hooked. I can't go without doing it. I want to give more. I want to do more for people. I want to make my neighborhood better. I want to make homeless people feel better. I want them to feel like somebody cares. I want kids that don't have parents to feel like somebody cares. I want children and high schoolers to have somebody to call if they don't trust anybody. Give out your phone number. Be a blessing so God will bless you. And maybe, just maybe, when you finally run into that individual it won't be so hard. Tonight, we talked about in love versus loving someone, and that's what I covered. And I hope that you've heard something important. To fuck being in love, fuck the damn movie and the slow songs and all that other shit. Let's get back to learning how to truly love people. And then when you do find somebody that you're intimate with, doing stuff for them and not expecting anything in return will be something you've already previously practiced. We also talked about emotions shouldn't dictate your actions. I don't want you to continue to adopt emotions and traumas from other people's stories. God has blessed you with a life where you haven't had to live through that. And even if you did have to live through that, God blessed you with another day. Now, you can allow that trauma and you can allow that predator to continue to ruin the rest of your days, or you can say no more. I don't know how many more days I have, but I'm going to enjoy every last one of them. And hopefully, you'll work hard enough. Yeah, I said you. You will work hard enough to enjoy living them with someone else. I know I am. I've spent enough days alone and chasing random people. And I ain't doing it no more. Until next time, people. I